Dear student, welcome to the online learning. Today we will learn about chapter number 8, that is decimals. Today's topic will be representation of decimals, place value, expanded form, conversion of decimals into fraction and fractions into decimals. So let's begin with our today's learning, children. So here comes the first topic, that representation of a decimal number. So children, decimal numbers are those numbers which are represented using decimal point along with whole number and its fractional part. Basically, these decimal points are used to separate the whole number from its fractional part. Okay, now see here, when you talk about this number present on the screen, 34.712. So here 34 represents the whole number which we used to read as usual, while the decimal digits are those digits which are present towards the right side of this decimal point, and they are also called as fractional part. Okay, so here after the decimal point, the digits which are present towards the right side, they are to be read separately, individually. Now let us know about the place value of decimal number here. So children, when we talk about the decimal number, we have separately written for the whole number as well as for fractional part. So let's see that also. So here for the whole number, children, we have the place values as like ones place, tens place, hundreds place, thousands place and 10,000s place. Okay, so the values are also like 1, 10, 100, 1000, 10,000. In the same way, just when we'll move to the right side of the decimal point to represent the fractional part or to represent the decimal digits, the place values are as like 10th, 100, 1000. Okay, now the values are as like 1 upon 10, 1 upon 100 and 1 upon 1000. Fine. Now let us understand about the term tenth. So children, here we have taken a rectangular box, and that rectangular box we have divided in 10 equal parts, and out of the 10 equal parts we have shaded one small rectangular box, one portion of this rectangular box which was divided in 10 equal parts. So to represent its shaded portion, the fraction will be written as 1 upon 10. Okay, and it will be said as 1/10, and its decimal representation will be equals to 0.1. In the same way, you can see for the 100th fractional part, we have drawn one square box. Okay, and that we have divided in 100 part. Out of the 100 part, we have shaded one portion, one square box, that too with the pink color. And to write this shading that is done with the pink color, we can write it in fraction form as like 1 upon 100, and it can be said as like 100, and whose decimal representation will be given by 0.01. Fine children. In the same way, for the 1000th part, we can do when we draw a box and when they are divided in 1000 part. Okay, and if the shading is done only for the single box, so that shading can be written and can be represented in fraction form as like 1 upon 1000. So it can be also said as like 1000, and its decimal representation will be equals to 0.001. Fine, as you can see it on the screen. Now see here, come to the exercise 8.1 given in textbook page number 167. So children, here is the first question, that is the question number 2, where we have to write the following decimals in place value table. So we have made the place value table here for the whole numbers that are like ones, tens and 100, and for the fractional part we have written here 10. Okay, so the question is 19.4. Okay, so let's start placing it in the place value table. So here whole number is 19. Okay, so here the digit 9 in the 19 represented below ones place, whereas the digit 1 of the whole number will be represented below tens place, and the digit present towards the right of decimal point is 4. Okay, and only a single digit is there, so that represents the fractional part, and that will be placed below the 10th value. Okay, in a place value table. Likewise, we have done the another question also, as you can see it, they are present on the screen. Now come to the question number 3, where we have to write each of the following as decimals. So children, here is the first question for question number 3, that is 7/10 means 7 divided by 10. So that will be expressed as like 0.7 in terms of decimal. Now see here, 2 tenths and 9 tenths means 2 is having the place value of 10. So 2 multiplied with 10 plus 9 tenth means 9 multiplied with 1 upon 10. Okay. While solving you will get 20 plus 0.9, that is 20.9. In the same way you see the third question of the question number 3, that is 14.6. So using the numbers it will be written as like 14.6. Likewise you can do the rest of the question present on the screen. Now see here the conversion of decimals into fractions. So children, for this we have to remove first of all the decimal point and we need to write the whole number as the numerator of the fraction. Then the next rule says that for the denominator first we write 1 and then we have to write as many number of zeros as there are digits present after the decimal point. Okay. So let us understand this also by taking help of question number 5. So here we will write the decimal in form of fraction, then that fraction we will reduce to lowest form also. So here is the first question, that is 0.6. So for this 0.6 let us write it in form of fraction as we learned the rule right now above. So here first, here the whole number will be 6 and by seeing the decimal digit after the decimal point it was only the one digit, that is 6. Okay. So in the denominator we will write 1 and as only one digit was there right beside the decimal point, that was 6, so only 1 0 we will write it in the denominator part right after the 1. Okay. So it will be 6 upon 10. Now to get its reduced form or the lowest form we will divide this fraction with their highest common factor. So the highest common factor for this 6 and 10 will be 2. So while dividing we will get its reduced form, that is equals to 3 by 5. Okay. And we know children, if we divide the denominator with 2, the numerator also has to be divided with the same number. Okay. So by dividing this 6 and 10 both with 2 we have got 3 upon 5. In the same way you can do this question number 5b also, which is present on the screen. Now come to the conversion of fraction into decimal. So children, here is the first rule. We have to write the denominator. Okay. And what we do for the numerator and denominator part, understand very carefully. Here we write the numerator and we put the decimal point after as many digits are there from the right as there are zeros in the denominator present after 1. Okay. And the next thing is that if we don't have enough digits in the numerator, then we put that many number of zeros before decimal point to represent the whole number there. Okay, in the numerator part. Now let us understand this by taking help of question number 4, where we have to write each of the following as decimals. So here is the first question, that is 5 upon 10. So as per the rule what we did here, 5 upon 10 was given. Okay. So first we have written the numerator as it is. Okay. And then by seeing the number of zeros present in the denominator part, before that many digits in the numerator we have placed the decimal point, and if the digits are not enough in the numerator part after placing the decimal point, so we placed here the 0 before the decimal point to represent the whole number value. Okay. So it is 0.5. In the same way you can do for this 3 plus 7 upon 10. So what we got here, 3 plus 7 upon 10 means it will be 0.7. So when we add 3 plus 0.7 will get 3.7 as a solution. Now see here the next question, that is given in mixed fraction form, 4 2 upon 10. So let us convert this first in form of improper fraction. So children, this we have already learnt in your previous class as well as we know this. So what we do, we will multiply this denominator 10 with the whole number part, that is 4, and then we'll add it with the numerator part value, okay, and that will be divided by the denominator value. So 4 into 10 plus 2 upon 10, so we will get 42 upon 10 after solving it. So as you can see here, the denominator is 10, so it can be easily written in form of decimal by placing the decimal from the right hand side before that many digits, the number of 0 we have in the denominator part, okay. So it will be 4.2 in decimal form. Now in the same way, you see here the next question, 3 divided by 2. So here we can express this in decimal form by converting this number present in the denominator in terms of 10, 100 or 1000. So how we can get here 10, 100 or 1000 if we have 2 here? So when we multiply this 2 with 5, we can get denominator here 10. And children, if we multiply 5 here in the denominator, the same number we will multiply here with the numerator also, okay. So we will get here the fraction equals to 15 upon 10, and now it is easier little bit to express it in decimal form, okay. Or else you can even do it by using this division method. So the numerator will be placed inside the division box and the denominator will be written outside of this division box. So while dividing, we do the normal division as we learned. We are learning from the very smaller class. So we will do here division, 2 ones are 2, and while subtracting it from the 3, we will left out with 1. Now we know here this remainder is less than this divisor, so we will place one decimal here. By placing one decimal, we can take here 0, okay, 1 0 at a time, and total 3 times we can take zeros. So here while getting this 10, after placing this one decimal, we have got 10, and we know 2 5s are 10 it goes, so then remainder will be completely 0 0. So we have got here quotient 1.5, okay. Now come to the question number 6. We have to express this using decimals, and we have to express it as centimeter, fine. So this question you can see present on the screen, 30 millimeter. So children, to convert this millimeter in terms of centimeter, we must know the relation that 1 millimeter is equals to 1 upon 10 centimeter. So for 30 millimeter, it will be 30 divided by 10, that will give us 3 centimeter. Likewise, you can do for this next question, 4 centimeter, 2 millimeter. And now let us convert this completely in centimeter using decimals. So again we'll use the same conversion, that is 1 millimeter is equals to 1 upon 10 centimeter. So here 4 centimeter and 2 millimeter will be equals to 4 centimeter plus 2 divided by 10 centimeter. Now what will get? 4 centimeter plus 0.2 centimeter, that is equals to 4.2 centimeter. Now come to the question number 8 here. We have to show the following numbers on the number line, that is 1.9. So children, we have already learned for the representation on a number line, what we do, we draw a straight horizontal line and we mark arrow on both of its end side. Then we mark all the whole numbers on this number line at an equal gap, and that between the two whole number we have done further partition of 10 equal divisions, okay. So now we are going to represent 1.9 on it. So you can see here the whole number is 1 here and the decimal digit is 9. So it will be represented between 1 and 2 whole number, okay. So after 1, the 9th reading will show 1.9. Likewise for 1.1 also you will draw it and show it on the number line. So children, here are your home assignment. Get it done. I hope you have understood everything. Thank you.